Sorry, Mark. I wanted to talk to you.
Oh god.
About death.
Okay. Like as in death as in the Grim Reaper, or death as in the dying of life?
Yeah, the dying of life. My sisters have a different father than I. My mum had them to a different relationship than me later on. And their father was playing golf and he just suddenly died. Out of nowhere, just out of the blue.
While playing golf?
Yeah.
A heart attack, or?
They don't know yet. But yeah, it came out of nowhere, and it's always kind of a concept that I'm always kind of thinking of, that anyone could go at any moment. I mean, he was an old man, but like, it was completely unexpected. He wasn't sick, he wasn't unhealthy, he wasn't overly elderly.
Just dropped dead.
Yeah, just out of the blue. No warning or nothing. And yeah, it's just like, that could happen to anybody at any moment. And that's a concept I've always kind of had in the back of my mind. I think a lot of people don't like the concept or idea of death. I remember a chef we worked with once, a head chef. He was worried about all this planning for this wedding he had to do. And I said, think about it this way, Michael. Soon we'll all be dead and none of this will matter. And he was like a hardcore Catholic and he was really like, what the fuck? Why would you bring that up?
Yeah, see, I'm so used to that sort of shit that it's like, it's just normal. But
Yeah.
say stuff like that, like, same with white people just go, that's a dark place to go to. And someone stops saying like, oh.
Yeah. My mum was quite old when she had me, and I think throughout my adolescence and upbringing, I was consciously aware that she was older than everyone else's parents, and I always thought she was going to die. I kept on like thinking, why is she old? Why will she die so soon before everyone else's parents? That was always part of my like thought process, so maybe that was it. But I don't know. I often think about death, and yeah, it just, this moment really hammered home the fact that life is very finite, increasingly short, and anybody could go at any moment. I mean, we're like 30 now. We're halfway done, maybe a little bit more. It's like 60, 70, 80.
Well, it depends, yeah. No, these days 80 isn't such a milestone, but it doesn't mean that people don't die at 60.
Yeah, I mean, at 80, like, you're fucking pretty well done.
I don't want to be like that.
I mean, yeah, I guess there are some 80-year-olds that are still enjoying life and living and like doing their thing, but like...
My granddad's 80.
Yeah.
He's like running in marathons, well, not marathons, but he's like running around Forest Lake every day and shit.
Yeah. This is the one that does run marathon?
He has run marathons, yeah. He's done 7.
And really quick too.
Yeah.
I ran a marathon in like 5 hours and 19 minutes. I think he ran one in like 3 hours or something.
I think, yeah, 2:58 was his best time, I think.
That's hectic.
Fucking oath, man. Not crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know, we go through this process and we're constantly like planning and worrying and getting caught up in all this fucking bullshit and
grudges,
this crap,
everything, like
noise.
Drama.
Yeah.
And like you're so worried, what if you don't have a future? What if you want to die tomorrow?
Registration.
But at the same time, looking at it from that perspective, you could stagnate and not do anything in the day.
But yeah, it's not about sitting around smoking billies and watching Star Trek, although...
I mean, that's half the reason this channel exists.
Yeah, I think it should push... It should push you to...
It should push you to live your life.
Take risks, go out and achieve, try to get something done. I mean, we're all guilty of like stagnating and just going through the motions of life.
It's so easy to fall into as well.
Yeah. How do you feel? Do you feel like satisfied in your life at the moment? If this was it? Because yeah, most people I talk to...
I get like, for instance, I mean, this admittedly didn't really start thinking about this too much until Chester Bennington died. And that song, Leave Out All the Rest, which I never cared for before he died, but like to me it feels like he's speaking from the grave.
Well, he is.
And the line that he says, he's like, what's the, I don't know, I want to say the exact line, but I can't think of it exactly. But he basically says, what am I leaving when I'm done here?
Yeah.
And I just sit there thinking, if I was to drop dead tomorrow, I'm leaving nothing.
Yeah.
I've got the family, I've left my family, I've left my girls.
Yeah.
But I've left them with nothing. And that's a scary thought.
Yeah, I guess you left them with like Memories.
Well, not really. Claire wouldn't remember me.
Yeah, that's true.
If
How old's Jenny now?
Jenny would remember me, but she's 4.
Yeah.
But it'd be a very...
It wouldn't be a lasting impact.
She'd look at photos and be like,
Yeah.
he looks familiar.
Yeah.
I like to think she'd hear good stories, you know, but you never know.
But yeah, like, one of the things I've been contemplating is I'm like, everyone I seem to talk to, like you and Jasper and myself definitely, I don't feel fulfilled in what we've got in our life, and
I'm certainly not like upset with what I've done so far. I don't think I've wasted my life. I definitely feel like I could have done more.
Yeah, I hope my 30s isn't like my 20s, because I feel like my 20s was me figuring out how the world functions.
People are forced. The thing is, people are forced straight after school to, what are you doing? You got to go out and you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this. It's like,
and I was like,
I don't know what I want to do. Can I sit back and think about what I want to do?
I don't yet understand how the world functions, or even understand who I am as a person and how I interact with that world.
React to everything.
Yeah. I don't understand anything.
Because I became a chef because I got the idea in my mind when I was a kid that I wanted to be one. Not that I don't enjoy what I do, but like if I had actually had a chance to think about it after school, and maybe I would have chosen a different path. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have done. If I had the foreknowledge now, what I have now, would have done everything different. But you know, that's not part of the process.
No. You need to learn from your mistakes to become to who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I don't know. I always feel like I want more, and like I just want to do something. You know, I want to like do something of substance.
You ran a marathon. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But I don't know. And then, well, yeah, this is
no matter what you do, you're always going to want more. It's human nature.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up, like the Chester thing. Like, there's this podcast called Two Bears, One Cave, like, The Machine, Bert Kreischer. Like, you listen to him talk, and, like, he's frantic, and he's scared, and he's unsatisfied. Like, he's just like us. He's a world-famous comedian. It's like, you get on top, and you achieve stuff, and you accomplish goals, but are we all just in a constant state of being unsatisfied with our position in the world?
So think about it like this. It's like how I think about it, like, I'm working at a tavern, for instance, at the moment.
Yeah.
I think about it like, okay, so I used to work in a really good restaurant, you know? I could have kept going like that, pursued my career and everything, but I chose to have a family, and, you know, my career takes just to put to the side burner. Yeah. If I had gone to that, I would have been unhappy that I'd never gone out and gotten a family. Like my old head chef, Ray, he's got 2 kids. One of them is the same age as Jenny, and the other one is was just born in March. Yeah. So they're young as hell, and he's like in his late 30s, early 40s. Yeah. So I didn't want to have kids at that age. Yeah. And I sit there thinking like I could have done more work-wise, but I wouldn't feel accomplished. I'd be wishing I'd had kids. And just like now I'm like sitting there thinking, well, I could have done more work-wise, but if I was to do that, I'd be doing just 60, 70, 80 hours a week.
You wouldn't be seeing your family at all.
Wouldn't be seeing my family, so I just go into that level.
Yeah, if you want to make it big in the hospitality industry as a chef, you need to
you need to put so much into it and sacrifice so much.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Life. Yeah, stock market people and film directors, and
actors, musicians. Yeah, like
fucking
you make it,
athletes.
Yeah, you make it
sporting
big.
People definitely. Yeah, if you want that career, that level of success in your career, you need to sacrifice everything else: relationships, family.
I think it's about, for me personally, I think I'm happy I made the family choice. You know. Yeah. I just wish I was earning more money to give them a little bit more than they have.
It's hard when you work 50 hours a week and you get just enough money to survive.
And then you're tired when you're with your family.
And it's like, is this it? Is this the next 40 years of my life?
Exactly. I would if I could live comfortably. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not worry about money.
Not worry about money.
Yeah, and just not be rich, but not have to think, fuck, can I afford this? Can I live? Can I pay rent?
I don't need to be rich. I don't need to be the guy who owns a yacht and goes off and does this shit. I'm happy if I could pay off my house and not have to pay rent anymore.
Yeah.
That would take $400 a week out of my fucking brain.
Yeah.
And then I'd be happy. I like to think, but you wouldn't be, would ya?
Joe Rogan said that money brings happiness to a certain point. He's like, obviously it increases your happiness in life once you get out of worrying about money. He said when you can go to a restaurant and order anything off the menu, like a nice restaurant, and not worry about the price, that's the maximum level of happiness. When you get to like buying Lamborghinis and mansions and stuff, that brings no more happiness than just being able to survive without worrying about stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does bring happiness to a point, and then after that it just diminishes.
I feel like the thing with having that much money too is you get power, and then power corrupts you, and then I feel like most of those sorts of people end up hating who they are.
Yeah,
because powers, like rich people are probably more likely to cheat because there's more gold diggers looking out for them.
Yeah, people will be throwing,
you
more pussy at you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, you have a mansion, you have a bunch of empty rooms, you're alone.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I feel like I have too many rooms sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I should be satisfied and content with my position in life, but I'm not.
No, I just think no one ever is. Do you think anyone really dies happy? I mean, if you
not 100% happy.
If you die the way Tyrion says it, you die in that moment you are happy. I'd like to die in a moment when I am happy.
Yeah.
Not the moment when I'm worried about something. No, I wouldn't want to be like, oh cool, you have 24 hours to live, and just spend that 24 hours freaking the fuck out about death. I know, sure, you could do a lot of fun, you could do heroin or whatever, acid, and
that would relieve a lot of stress.
No, you do acid and you'd have a horrible trip right before you die.
Maybe. Terence McKenna took acid on his deathbed. A lot of the breakthroughs with psychedelics is getting over the fear of death. That is like a big part of it. But I mean, yeah, also if you were going to die, it could send you into a dark spiral.
Can you imagine that being your last experience? At least you know what end is, all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think anyone truly dies happy. I feel like if you can accomplish enough in your life to feel like you haven't wasted your life.
Well, if we're all not satisfied with our positions in life, then that's the norm. We should just get used to it. No, that's bullshit. We should definitely go out and achieve more.
You should always be striving to do more.
Yeah, the Jordan Peterson.
Me, classic example, I'm really working on my anger. Trying really hard, at least in front of my girls, to not be that angry guy. It still slips out, I'm still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Even at work, I'm trying not to get as angry.
Yeah.
And if I can better myself in that way, then that's a positive step, That's something I'm very proud of. I used to be such an angry kid, but now I'm actually well balanced,
Yeah.
I already know that I'm a nice enough person, but I have a short fuse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's if you can better yourself in any way, I feel like you're doing something positive with your life.
Yeah, and I have done that, and it does feel great. Lost 15 kilos, ran a marathon. But I need to do more. Well,
the way I see it is with, for instance, this channel. I feel like if someone's watching these videos, even if they're just, blazed out of their mind eating Doritos, and we're saying fucking stupid shit, doing our ridiculous antics, and they happen to get a laugh out of it, improves their little stoner night or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I'm happy. They had a fun laughing moment, which we were able to cause.
Yeah.
To someone we don't even know. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and even though this channel is far from successful, and far from any level of success, which depends on your definition of success, I guess. But creating videos, going through the process of creating something does give me fulfillment. It's like cooking. You create a meal. I made a video, and sometimes it does feel shitty when you make a video and it gets 20 fucking views. God fucking damn.
It's all part of it though.
Yeah. But I like the idea that I'm doing something. I'm creating art, whether it's appreciated or not. And in 30 years, if I die randomly of a random fucking accident, my daughter will have 100 hours of me drunk as fuck talking about sci-fi programs she cares little of. But she will have an insight into her father and what he was like as a young man with his friends.
If you, for instance, you were to drop dead tomorrow, she would have this on YouTube, right? She could go back and...
you would need to edit it and upload it because I'd be dead.
Well, not this particular video.
The other ones.
All of your channels so far, she can go back and be like, what kind of person was your dad? Oh, he did this thing, blah, blah, blah. Probably wouldn't get mentioned for years or whatever. But she'd be like, you might, like, Ashley or whatever would be like...
I mean, the type of thing you discover when you're like in your 20s.
She's like, oh, you know, he loved his YouTube channel. And she's like, wait, what? Dad had a YouTube channel? And then she'd go through and she would be able to see who you are. I would like to hope that someone would mention that I was in those YouTube channels if I died.
Yeah.
And then Jenny or Claire could go back and watch those videos to see what a piece of shit I was.
What a sexist, misogynist, racist, drunken Aussie you were.
Exactly.
With a keen knowledge for Star Wars.
Can you imagine watching one of your dad's videos and hearing him mention you when you were a child?
I can't imagine watching a video of my dad when he was 30.
No, I can't.
My dad is
I've seen photos.
Yeah. Well, I remember my mum saying, because she's, as I said before, she's like early 70s. Like, she was just talking about photos. And she was like, I have 3 photos of myself in like my first 10 years.
Yeah, well,
you kids have like photos and photos and photos of yourself that you can look at.
And videos and...
Yeah, and now we have like fucking hour-long fucking podcasts.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, can you imagine how fulfilled you'd be if your parent died and you were watching them on YouTube and they mentioned something funny you did or whatever, and even how frustrated they get with you. You'd be like, oh man, I was a turd.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You'd be like,
it's something.
I was a part of his life.
It's a time capsule, if nothing else. If nothing else, it's a time capsule. But yeah, I think I have the knowledge now within the world to go out and focus more and achieve more. It's just about discipline, because it's one thing to say, I want to do this, I want to achieve this, we all are. It's hectic,
I'm
man.
so bad with that shit.
Yeah.
And you get to the point where you're like, I'm so fucking tired. No, you can't be too fucking tired. Do it. Well, I mean, a big thing was like, for instance, the gym's reopening recently. I'm like, fuck yeah, cool, I can go back to working out on my break. Go to the gym, oh cool, the showers are closed. I'm not going to work out then go back to work for a night shift. So it's like, well, I still can't work out. That's fucking bullshit. The gyms are open, I'm paying for the membership, but I can't shower. There's no showers at work. So it's just... I like to think that that's the only reason I'm not working out, but if they were open, would I be working out?
Yeah, discipline. I think if you can conquer the discipline thing, the world is your oyster. I keep on fucking waffling on.
Discipline and confidence.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 biggest things. And for me, a big thing's the fear of failure.
Yeah, true.
Gets in my way time and time again.
You need to brush that aside.
You need to
try. I mean, if I try and fail, I'm always like, I gave it a go. But if I know I should have attempted something and I was too lazy, I'm just like, you're a fucking piece of shit.
I don't mind failing small things. But if you do something big, open a business or, fucking go for something, quit your job and decide you want to try as a journalist or something like that and you fail, that's a big difference. Not only, if you're by yourself, not a big deal, but for your family, okay, cool, I have a stable job, cool, I'm going to do this. Oh, that went belly up, now we're in fucking 100 grand debt. I fucked your life, your childhood.
Yeah, you're responsible now for these 3 other individuals.
But the thing, you do shit like that because you want to give them a better life.
And you want to show an example for them.
Exactly, and if it backfires, they don't see it that way. They see it, oh, Dad couldn't buy me that new Woody doll.
Yeah.
Dad's a piece of shit. He's always working, but we're never getting any money. Or he's always working, and yet I have second-hand... Oh, that being said, they don't have any second-hand stuff. But, and you don't want to be that dad. I don't want my kids to be going up, we couldn't afford that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They do have a lot better than I had it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My dad couldn't afford a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
He put himself into so much debt making us getting us stuff to make us happy.
Yeah.
Which
that
is
wasn't smart.
But he gave us a good childhood though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess in that sense.
So it depends whether
he
thinks, maybe it wasn't a smart thing for him to do, but was it a smart thing for him knowing that he was making us happy?
Yeah.
It's a weird conundrum.
Yeah, what is a success? What is a failure? But yeah, I think discipline is the key. And self-confidence. If you can just go through the motions of completing tasks, putting effort into things, being confident about it, and not giving a fuck, just thinking like, well, I got 40 years left. Roll the fucking dice. Let's see what happens. Let's give it a go. And put time and effort into it. I mean, I keep on waffling on about Rogan. but I watch him way too much, and yeah, it's so inspirational.
Well, if it's inspirational, why is it way too much?
I know, I just feel like some fucking hack bringing up. Yeah, Joe Rogan.
If he's someone who inspires you, that's not a hack, it's your inspiration.
But you know, he's this big global fucking celebrity, and people have this idea of what he is, and like, oh, you're one of those people that watch Rogan. But yeah, I have genuinely, through him and Jordan Peterson, gained a lot of insights into how to deal with life, make life work for you.
Well, the thing is, they have their own shit too.
They
seem like these people who
Jordan Peterson right now is like detoxing in Russia. Like, he's completely off the fucking map. His wife got like diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Russia.
He got addicted to like anti-anxiety medication because his wife was dying of cancer.
Yeah.
I completely spiraled into this like self-destructive loop of drug addiction. This guru of self-help. And he always said, you know, I'm not perfect.
Yeah,
I'm
no
a
one's
human
infallible.
being. Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, he has been off the map for close to a year now. And I don't know whether he will ever come back. He could be gone. He could
If
be done.
he didn't, his message is still there.
Yeah, he has his videos. I've seen him live, which is awesome. And yeah, he has a message. Yeah, he achieved something. And I guess if you talk to him, it'd be like, I feel unsatisfied.
Yeah,
Especially now.
I could have gone through to everyone.
Yeah, but like he has left a legacy. A very brief legacy. It's kind of like...
Brief but powerful. It's like solar flare.
Yeah, he's like a 50-year-old man. He like had these 3 years of here I am and now I'm gone. If he doesn't come back.
Yeah, which is a very big possibility. Not big, but it's a possibility.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. But
Well,
it's not
if
good.
he's in Russia, he's not able to come back to anywhere until all this shit's done anyway.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's dealing with like fucking reprogramming himself after.
I'm doing that in Russia.
There was some like experimental procedure over there where they could deal with the like coming off those anti-anxiety drugs, so they deal with your psyche and they fuck up. That's a lot of things with shooters, right? Like high school shooters, a lot of them are on antidepressant drugs. Because what it does, right, how the drug affects you is it makes everything feel less impactful. When you're depressed, everything...
So you can kill someone and feel less impact.
Yeah, when you're depressed, everything is hyper negative. So something bad that happens to us, we might be like, eh. Especially me, I might be like, eh. That's one of my things, fucking nonchalant about anything. Eh. Whereas like a depressed person would be like, this is devastating, this has wrecked me. So what the drug does is your unhappiness and your happiness, and it kind of squashes both of them. Jake talked about this, our mate, and it stops you from being happy or sad. And you're in this moment of like controlled nullivoid, so you can shoot somebody and not feel any negative emotion towards that.
I can understand what they're trying to do, but that's fucking bad.
This is a fucking massive talking point that no one brings up around gun violence, eh? And I don't want to get political and talk about gun violence.
Well, it's not really politics over here.
No, we don't have that problem.
No.
At all. We had Port Arthur.
You know what happened after Port Arthur?
John Howard said, ban all them guns. And they did, and there were
guess-
less massacres!
Guess who's never really seen a gun except for when a police officer has had one? This guy.
Yeah, I don't think I've,
I think I've seen a rifle, like on someone's, dad uses that for hunting.
I don't have a distinct memory of viewing a gun, other than, a police officer.
Or videos.
Yeah.
Heaps of video.
Every video, mate. But, I think it's a constant struggle and a battle to get on top of feeling good. Maybe, no, I think I worded that completely wrong.
I think the big thing is people comparing themselves to others. Because
Yeah,
no
that's
matter
it.
who you look at, everyone always seems like they're on a better
Trajectory.
than you are.
Especially with social media and Facebook. Look at my ass, look at my dinner, look at my life. But really they're depressed and it's just a
You
facade.
talk to people,
they're
obviously
creating.
they're only going to tell you the positive side of things.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're just like, well, fuck, I've got this going on, I got this going on.
My
I got
life
this going
sucks,
on.
I'm a failure!
Why am I so much worse off, or whatever? It's
Financially,
not true.
mentally, physically.
That's just human nature. But it wouldn't be human nature if we were still animals where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, you shouldn't compare yourself to somebody. You should compare yourself to who you were yesterday and better yourself. Look at yourself, look at where you are, your trajectory, and try to...
Look at your experiences too, because that makes you change.
Yeah, and then try to Yeah, get better. Get better with anger issues. Everything.
Yeah.
Your life, I guess, should be an arc of increasing in...
That being said, if you feel happy lazing around smoking billies and shit, and that doesn't actually make you sad, if you legitimately enjoy that, then fucking do it.
I don't know if that is a long-term thing that anybody can do, though.
I don't know, because I've never done it. But if that generally makes some people happy, and they don't actually feel any of, like, do they want to change that, then by all means, keep doing it.
I don't think anybody could physically do that.
Why would people do it then?
I don't think they feel happy.
I don't
think they feel happy at all. But like, you look at the people who are doing that, and people who we know, who I don't want to name, the people who are going through that process, they're in a far worse mental state than us.
No, that's very true. Actually.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make you happy. That's another Jordan Peterson thing. It was like...
everything in moderation. You know, we like to have a beer, but we're not alcoholics.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm a chef, so...
But like, it's borderline.
I'm not, it's not ruining my life. So that's a positive.
Yeah.
And so everything in moderation. You know, don't do everything all the time, every day. Don't smoke weed. Don't get Maccas every day. By all means, get Maccas.
Occasionally, yeah.
Occasionally, you know.
Yeah. Everything in moderation, including moderation. There are times when you can go off the rails.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so you want to get fucked up? Get fucked up that one night. Know you're gonna have to deal with the consequences the next day.
Yeah. And then get back on the horse.
And then get back on the horse and don't
lift weights,
do it again
go for a run,
eat
healthy, take a multivitamin.
By all means, take a day to recover.
Yeah, take it.
But like, don't do it every day.
Yeah.
You know? Although to be fair, when I get fucked up, I don't want to do anything for at least a week.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I get old, I guess. I'm getting old. The recovery, even mentally, feels like takes way longer now.
I was gonna plug this camera into charge, otherwise I'm gonna die.
Are we like doing self-help now?
I don't know what we're doing. I don't think we're helping. Maybe we're helping people. I think maybe
on a real level. You know, people who are trying to help don't talk on a real level. People who are trying to depress people don't talk on a real level. We're just trying to
understand where we're at personally and get some kind of insight into our mental positions and our trajectory, which I think is the main point. The main point is try to improve your situation.
Yeah. And that's one thing at a time, you know?
On a daily basis. I didn't eat that extra donut. I didn't hit my girlfriend. I only did 3 lines of MDMA, not 4.
Oh, that's good. You were controlling yourself.
But then the next time you only do 2 lines.
Or you do 4. Depends who's around.
Slowly getting better.
I mean, well, to be fair, like, you can get better with slight benders.
Yeah, everything in moderation, including moderation.
Because I like to think about, I'd love to get better. I'd love to get better, but if the idea of never getting fucked up again is...
Yeah. I've gone through a lot of like dietary things where I've actively tried to clean up my diet, but the idea of never like sitting down and drinking a beer or having a piece of cheesecake occasionally
enjoying roast dinner.
Yeah, you still have to experience life in its full rich.
It's like, okay, so eating all that healthy food, I might gain a couple more years, but those couple more years I gain, I'm gonna be senile and fucked anyway. Besides, I could be the healthiest cunt in the world, get hit by a bus tomorrow.
That's true.
Am I going to get hit by a bus thinking, oh, cool, I'm so glad I ate that broccoli for breakfast?
Exercise, when you get to a point, though, it generally does feel really
it does.
good.
I'm not saying exercise is bad. I'm not talking about exercise. Exercise is great. I'm talking about diet. Not that you should be eating shit all the time, but I feel like you should be able to enjoy the shit you eat.
Yeah, every now and then.
As a chef, though, I feel like food is a really important thing to me. Obviously, I'm not fat, but I feel like food's a really important thing, and flavor is one of the most important things in the world to me.
Yeah.
I think smell, taste, sight, hearing, that's you.
Yeah.
Without being able to enjoy any of those things, the smell when you're going to roast in the oven, like we were saying before, the taste of like a meal that every element of it just works perfectly together. Those are the things in life which I cherish.
Yeah. Building up your personal...
The sound of a good song.
Oh, fuck, music.
Man.
Music and film for me is a massive part of my life.
The sound of a rainforest.
Yeah.
The birds chirping in the morning. Have you ever woken up early, like say, okay, for instance, when I went to Maddie's wedding up at the Bunya Mountains, walking out at, I think it was like 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was hungover, but for some reason the fresh mountain air and
Nature
everything made me want to get up, and I walked out and I was just sitting there drinking my coffee. Normally I'd watch TV or whatever, but I was sitting outside drinking my coffee. It was cold, watching the kangaroos and joeys jump around, listening to the birds chirp, and it was just a pure moment of happiness.
Yeah, enjoy the little moments is the thing too. And yeah, improving in personal relationships. Started rewatching The Sopranos. Holy fuck!
I was talking about The Sopranos yesterday. How much I want to watch it.
I think the last time I watched it was with Jasper, probably like 5 years ago. And it's a show I'm always constantly talking about, and it's always it's in my mind show. Like one of the greatest shows ever. And yeah, I've just recently started rewatching. Like, holy fuck, this is fucking amazing! There was a moment, the first episode of season 2 ended the other night, and I was generally like applauding, like, oh my god, what the fuck? But yeah, there's an episode in that where basically Carmela's whole thing through the episode is she comes to the realization that she's disgusted by Tony.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it goes through all these motions of her coming to terms with it and realizing it. And yeah, it's the little things. It's like trying to improve your friendships and your relationships with your partner and your family. And make that better and more solid, and not taking it for granted.
I feel like
never take your partner or your friends or your family for granted. Put the work and effort into making those relationships solid.
So I it's like people. I read something one time where people, it's like people are so busy thinking about the future, they're not living in the present. Like think about like for instance, this is why it connects to me. It's like think about it like this. You know, 10 years ago, what did you want in your life? For me,
10 years ago.
What was me was, I want to have a wife and kids. I want to have a family. I have that now, but it's not that I'm not enjoying it, but I'm not content. No, I'm not appreciating it to the length that I should be. Because I'm too busy thinking about the future. I'll be too busy thinking about the future. These kids are going to grow up and they're going to leave.
It's going to be done.
And it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, sit down and enjoy those moments.
Yeah, but you're right. Don't take people for granted. That happens so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I don't that often.
Yeah.
Maybe my parents. I feel like I take for granted.
Like I said, man, they're getting to the age where
it's
they
hard.
could be gone.
You get so caught up in your own life, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And they understand that. They wish they could see you more or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I saw my dad today, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I was just in Laurierfield at the shops. I was like, hey, you know what? Dad lives just down the road.
Yeah.
And he came and we had a great coffee together.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. I had it. I was like, this is
coffee. Coffee is great as well.
Coffee is great. It was a pretty average coffee, but
was it $5?
The time was great. You know, he got to see his grandkids, and the second he walked up, he just walked straight up and picked them up, and he was having a great time. He paid for them to go on one of those little car ride thingies.
Yeah.
It was a moment of pure liquid happiness.
So what can we come away from this in conclusion? That we all feel non-content and unsatisfied with where we are, but all that means is that we should put the time and effort and discipline into progressing in life. But we should also be happy with where we are and what we have, because we have it fucking great, man. And compared to most people,
we do.
Us.
We do.
I mean, some people living in the Congo right now. Drinking dirty fucking water, getting attacked by a fucking...
Dude, some people are fucking getting raped right now. Some people are getting murdered right now.
You look at fucking the Middle East, you look at India, you look at China, you look at Russia.
We're sitting around drinking beers, talking about shit.
Filming it for YouTube. First World Problems is the title of this fucking video.
That's a perfect title, I think. But yeah, just look, not that we're necessarily benefiting whoever was watching this right now, but if you do feel like you're going through shit, now you know you're not the only one. We don't necessarily feel content with what we have, but we're going to try and move forward.
And you will see that over the progression of the next decade. When we sit down.
Provided you like and subscribe.
10 years later, now we're still unhappy. Life sucks.
Probably gonna be the fucking...
I have like 400 subscribers.
My hair's gonna be like,
I'm gonna be fat.
Me too. No, I mean, I like to think we won't be if we keep going in this way we're talking.
No, I think I've avoided obesity. I could easily slip back into it. But I have the tools which I need to avoid obesity now. The knowledge and the discipline to avoid obesity, which is a big pitfall in my family. So yeah, go Alex.
I mean, my dad already had a gut at my age.
Yeah, true. All right. I think that we're going to be okay. Thank you for watching. Bradley and Tim and Jamie. You're probably the only people who are still here.
But hey, if you're not Bradley, Tim, or bloody Jamie, then leave a comment and just say, "Oh, yeah, I'm watching too, you filthy cunts."
Thank you and good night.